Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the 20-minute fashion distraction. I'm Jacqueline Jenkins, the founder of Sophisticated Curations and the host of the 20-minute fashion distraction. And you know what we do every Wednesday night? We talk total fashion. And tonight is no different. I'm very excited. We're actually, you know what we do on the 20-minute fashion distraction, right? We shop our closets. But tonight, I'm really thrilled. We're not only going to shop our closets, but we're shopping other people's closets and we're shopping closets for a cause. So it's all very good. And I want to make sure we maximize our 20 minutes. So I'm going to bring on our fabulous guest. Hi, Cheryl.
Ah,
So awesome to see you.
good to
So
see you
awesome to
too.
see you.
Happy
So
Wednesday.
happy Wednesday. My mom is here. We see the
Yay.
calls coming in. Yay, yay, yay. So, okay, so we're going to maximize our 20 minutes. First, I want to say Cheryl Overton, who is a friend of mine, and has been on the show before, is the board chair for Vibe Theater Experience. And we're going to talk a bit about Vibe, and I'm going to talk a bit about being a board chair, because it's one thing to be a part of a group and you go to the meetings, this and that, but when you're the board chair, you're like running the meetings, so that's a whole lot that you do. But in addition to that, Cheryl is an amazing communicator, that has really built a career on, quite honestly, building great brands. And so I think it's truly wonderful that not only is she committed to her profession, but she's really committed to supporting youth as she thinks about building those brands. So, with that, we're going to jump right into it. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you. So, first of all, Cheryl,
Yes.
actually, you know what? Even before we do that, do you want to share a blurb about communication and what you do?
Sure.
Yes.
Thanks for that. First of all, thank you. You're a great hype woman. I need to just walk near you at all times. It's fabulous. Thank you for that warm introduction and for inviting me back to Fashion Distraction. I love what you're doing. I love the show, and you've been a real generous supporter of this message and this particular organization with the other appearance. So thanks for that. But I am the founder and chief experience officer of Cheryl Overton Communications. I can't run from it. My name's on the door. And I work with brands and organizations who really want to reach and engage with multicultural consumers. I've been in brand marketing and communications for 20 something years. In New York City, working with global brands, helping to launch campaigns that some folks feel are iconic and game changing, and doing work that the industry has stood up and said this really changes our perspective and it drives culture. So I'm thrilled and blessed to find a career that matches my strategy, my creative skills, and my desire to tell stories, and finds a home for it. And now I am sitting in a seat of entrepreneurship doing this with very hand selected clients, with a hand selected team. And we are really helping them tell stories that center people who look like me and people who don't, and really working on purpose driven initiatives on every category from health to apparel to retail, and then some to publishing, to really help people understand how growth oriented and how influential um, BIPOC communities, religious communities, LGBTQ plus communities, veterans, women over a certain age, you name it. So I really live it true and real. When people talk about diversity and inclusion, it's not new to me. I've been doing it for many years, and now I get to focus on it full time in my business.
I love it, and I'm gonna do, because I'm from Philly, and
And me too.
there's a Philly, yeah, sure too, but
Philly, stand up.
we're gonna give a shout out to Temple University. So
Yes.
shout out to you and for that. So let's jump right into it. Hey, Judith, good to see you. So, what is Vibe? And I love the way you all spell it. VI, capital BE.
That's right. That's right. Because that BE is important. Be vocal, be yourself, be present, um, be be creative, and be who you are. So that VIB, capital BE, is important to us. The Vibes Theater Experience is an organization. Gosh, it's over 15 years old. So this is not new organization. It was born and bred right here in New York City. And it really has a big but simple mission. It pairs young young people women, really women and girls of color and non-binary youth, with a professional teaching artist. And through that process and that teamwork together, both in a cohort of young people and then with that professional teaching artist, they share their own personal story based on their lived experience. So through a free, very intense after school curriculum that they come to after homework, after sports, after family chores, after all of the things that young people have to do, they commit to joining Vibe and joining this cohort where they will write their own sort of piece, whether it's a media piece or a performing arts piece or a musical piece in cooperation with this artist. They will perform it. They will learn all the ins and outs of what it takes to really produce that and share it with the world. It's a very specific curriculum. None of this is happenstance. This is years of really looking at a pedagogical approach that really takes young people through this process of revealing things that can be very intimate, some of which can be very, everybody's life is different. So sometimes we're really facing real issues, that are triggering for some, that are very insightful, that are provocative. And we're really doing it in an authentic way that these young people understand. You have a story. Your story is worthwhile and your story deserves to take up space. And so we're going to create that environment where you could share it and where you could perform it. And it is amazing the types of content that these young people come up with. It's like, whoa, what they know about themselves and what they know about the world between the ages of 13 and 26. I think I started to scratch the surface, older than that. So it's an amazing organization. I just want to add, obviously, we're focused on the arts. Not everybody is a theater kid who joins the Vibe community. They might be people who have something inside of them that this type of environment can help draw out. And the great thing about it is once they graduate from high school, we have created a leadership academy to continue to work with young people as they mature. When you're working with people and you're very close with their families and their communities, because this commitment to Vibe, as I said, is pretty intense. You help them with everything, from contemplating what kind of colleges I want to go to, or if I want to do that, what kind of woman do I want to be, or what kind of person do I want to stand up and be in the world. So Vibe really creates a real supportive network around them, whatever they want to do. But it all starts with this after school program that is free to them. So that's why we fundraise, so we could serve more people.
I love it. And I actually had the pleasure of seeing a Vibe performance
Yeah.
at a fundraiser. And I was amazed just not only the energy, but the talent that's there. So amazing. I see Vibe Theaters in the house. I see Jack's here. She says, hi, Miss O. And my
Hello.
friend Cheryl says that she wants to borrow your necklace. So all good, all good.
It won't be in the sale, so
It won't be.
it
So,
won't be.
so it will be?
No, not this sale.
Okay,
Maybe
that's
next
a
year.
show.
Maybe
Okay,
next
all
year.
right. I'm just out because I was gonna hype that up too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the sale. What is the Great Closet Clean Out Sale? What is that?
Well, you could get into this because you talk about shopping your own closet. And so I think one of the things is I had this idea literally a couple of years ago. I mean, pre-pandemic, that I was on a health and weight loss journey and had many things in my closet, many sizes represented. And I thought, wow, I love fashion. I would like to find a way to repurpose some of this and maybe do it in a way that supports Vibe. Now, I never really moved on it. I never really acted on it. I told several friends who work in fashion, who might be fashion influencers or creators online, who are just friends who, have supported Vibe. I started to chat about the idea, but I hadn't activated it. One of the things that being home during the pandemic really got me is like, come on now, we got to do it. And the good news is when I came back to some of those same folks and resurrected the idea, I think we'd all taken a really cold, hard look at what are the things we have? How can we be more sustainable and more thoughtful about not only the things that we acquire, but the things that we want to share with others, like a second life for somebody else. That's a great thing. And I wanted to make sure that the people in our Vibe community, not just the young people, but their families and anybody who has supported Vibe, there are things that we can do. We can share our closets with one another. Wow. We can fundraise. And guess what? Fashion is fun. Like this is a place of creativity and joy and self-expression. So we opened our closets. We've curated quite a collection. We've given it a holiday theme because now that the world is reopening, we have maybe more places to go. And some places might be, fancy cocktail parties, and some things might be, I just want to look cute and different for brunch. So we've got a variety and a real diversity of the types of items that we are offering for the Great Closet Clean Out Sale. So it's free to register and attend the event, but everything will be reasonably priced. We want people to really enjoy and find something that really suits them.
And if I'm understanding, so the event, it's in Brooklyn, right?
It is. It is. So
And
it is a live event, and I understand we're still dipping our toes back into live events. Proof of vaccination is required to attend the event. We were very fortunate that the kind and generous people at Soho Works, which is in Dumbo, it's a beautiful space in Dumbo, have donated space to us to host this event. We have an entire loft space where we will have racks of clothing and a jean denim bar, and there will be some libations and light snacks. We want you to keep your energy up for the shopping. And we'll have music and fun and photography and a really social event where you can leisurely and safely shop to your heart's content, all for a good cause. So we've been really blessed that people have embraced this ideas, and as they can lend not just their items from their closet that they want to share with another community, but even the donation of the space. Even that has been just such a blessing for this idea. So
and
yes, it's in Brooklyn. Sorry, it's a live event locally here in Brooklyn, and we want as many people as possible to attend. It's from 12 to 5 on Friday. We expect it to be a true open house type of vibe. You don't have to stay for the whole time. And we do have an RSVP link on Eventbrite. Hopefully that'll be in the post, or you'll share that,
yep,
because it is important that we have everyone. We want to make everybody safe and feel very comfortable about it. So we are keeping a list, and we're making sure that everyone can be registered so that they can be properly greeted and treated during the event.
I love it. Good to see you, Courtney, and hi, Pamela. And so, for because many of the audience are not in New York.
Mhm.
So how could they support Vibe, or even, let's just, the more important question: if there's stuff left over, and is there a way we could twist your arm to post it so
Of
people can
course.
see? Like, how can we work that out?
I'm giving it's a world exclusive
Okay,
on the Fashion Distraction.
okay,
It's a
breaking
world
news,
exclusive. People don't
breaking
even know this.
news.
Make it do what it do, giving you the world exclusive. We do plan to offer an online shop to benefit Vibe after the live event. We wanted to really kick this off, this fashion fundraiser, in a real life way. We wanted to make sure that we're embracing folks who can come out, try it on, really have that experience, and frankly, really get to meet some of the people who are participating in Vibe. Part of this event, it's a fundraiser, but it's also a friend raiser. We want people to know the impact they're having on these young people, and there will be people from the organization at the event. So that is our focus. But we know we're in a virtual world now, and we want to make sure that we are raising as many dollars as possible for Vibe. So one way you can support is there will be an online shop thereafter, and we'll make sure you know about it so you could talk about it. I think the other thing that people can do to support is go to vibetheater.org. There is a donate button, and I hate to be that person to be like, you donate, but yeah, donate. You don't need to get a piece of apparel in exchange. A little bit goes a long way. We're small but mighty, and we are really serving not only young people in the New York City area, but through the pandemic, we've expanded our services to really serve young people across the country, which is great. We've also added to our repertoire self-care things. Our audience and our community said we need to make sure our mental health is fit during these times where we can't get out the way we do. We've added therapy. We've added a therapist that we fund to give group therapy to our community. We've added yoga. So we're really holistically looking at what does it take to be mentally and physically fit, and how can Vibe be that support. It costs money to do that. So that's why we fundraise, and we want friends to know about it too.
I love it. So not only is, and that's, you're so right. I mean, one of the challenges with the arts and really cultivating youth is the cost behind it. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, a lot of times when budgets get tight, things that get cut are things that center around the creative. So it's so wonderful to see you put your energy there. But Cheryl's also being very modest in the sense that she is a fashionista herself. And actually, I know that there's some amazing pieces that she has that will be shared at the sale. But can you just talk a little bit about it? what I mean, your style and what you're most excited about to wear in this holiday season.
Oh yes, of course. So look, I feel like my style is um classic eclectic, I'll call it, because I do like trends, but I'm not a full trend person. I'm a Capricorn, give me my classic. So I like a classic now, but I always like a little twist. I'm the butt of many jokes because I'll see a movie, I'll see something, I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to put my twist on it." So no, it is not unusual for me to rock a sari, but then put a big leather belt on it, or rock a t-shirt, and put some, layered necklaces. I'm definitely somebody who, like, more is more. I guess Coco Chanel said, before you leave, take one thing off. I do the opposite, put one more thing on. I like a layer, I like an arm party, I like a ring party, I like to do it. What I'm super excited about this season is kind of interesting because I'm somebody who, despite today, I rarely wear black. I like a print, I like a color. I actually choose a color of the year for myself every year. And I
Ooh.
do that. That's one of the things I do on my birthday. It's not a resolution. I sort of pick a color and a word, and I like to do that. That's one of my rituals. But I'm really excited this winter. I'm all about midtones. I think I was inspired. I recently took a trip out to Arizona, Utah border, where there are canyons and just like craters and a lot of different midtones, everything from oranges and terracottas to like the tannest of the tans. I've noticed that I've been gravitating towards that. So I'll think my palette will be a lot in the muted families, but layered and different, sort of not full monochromatic, but in the midtones. I'm feeling it. And that's one thing. I'm also feeling a lot of texture. My eyes have been gravitating toward like shearlings and like sheepskins. Like, I don't just want a leather bag, I want the sheepskin, or I don't want just the regular loafers. I want the faux fur, or the real fur, if it's sustainable, so texture is speaking to me also this season. But I think more than anything, I'm excited to just get back out there, and fashion is fun to me. It's a point of creative expression. Even I do a talk in business about how I use accessories as icebreakers. It's an instant way. If you're walking in to an event, or if you're speaking to a group that you don't know, boom, it's an icebreaker. Somebody might ask you because you might have a piece of jewelry you designed or something that you got in your travels, and it's an instant way to build a bond. So, and tell your own story. So I'm looking forward to just being out there and enjoying dressing up. I'm not really a sweatpant person. Like, through the pandemic, I'm more of a caftan person, but I'm good. I'm glad to be back out there, like in hard shoes and things with
Yeah.
buttons.
No, you're right, and we're glad that you're back out there, and you brought up I think something that is often forgotten in fashion in our closets is textures,
Yes,
and
texture.
what they can do to add volume to your look, and just how the saturations with the colors. I mean, it is there's a whole way of just changing your vibe
Yeah, it's fun.
around around your activity.
Yeah.
So, okay, one last T that I would love for you to drop, and I know
Yes.
this was not part of our questions.
Okay.
What did you put out there?
Oh,
What
girl.
if yours is out? I mean, what if yours should people be like breaking in the door? I mean, we've already heard people have the strategy of getting there at noon. To meet
Right. People will be queued up outside. I think that's fantastic. So my personal, you're going to have a lot of stuff that was mine, and a lot of stuff that's new with tags. I think, as I mentioned, I've been on my own sort of health and weight loss journey, and I've lost about 100 pounds. I have
oh,
an entire wardrobe that I am almost an entire wardrobe that I'm turning over in different ways. So what you'll see from my personal closet are things that are both casual, as well as, things for your red carpet events and for your parties, things that I've picked up in my travels. I'm a voracious traveler. So some of my favorite stores in London, and some of the boutiques of things that I just can't use anymore, but that are almost new, if not new with tags, that somebody else could really enjoy. You'll see that. I think the other thing that I'm really proud of with this sale is the size diversity that we're offering. So you were generous enough to donate some things to the closet sale, which I'm so grateful for. But we've got things from like a 00 to a size 22, and everybody who loves fashion, whatever your size, whatever your style, you're going to find something for yourself. And we've got apparel, we've got accessories, we've got shoes, we've got denim. it's really a big selection. So I think I was being ambitious that we might sell everything on one day, because we've got full on collections at stake. And I am working with a lovely event planner who also, has been so generous with her time, Nika Lindsay. And she was like, well, we just have to do, this is a holiday one. And in the spring, we'll do a different one. I was sort of throwing everything out there, but if we have the right reception, I think that this could be something that we do, because a lot of people are really trying to shop more sustainably and be more responsible. And this is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Cheryl, I can't believe it. We're at 20
I
minutes.
know it went so quickly.
It went so quickly, but your passion for vibe, your passion for fashion, and your passion just for really being sustainable is amazing.
Thank you.
On the fashion distraction, there's one thing that we close with, and I think this is so very true. There are some things that we can't get back in life, and time is one of them. And I thank you so much for sharing your time, your talent, and your commitment tonight. I thank the audience. You guys come back every Wednesday. I totally love it. I know we're talking about shopping your closet, and actually, I'm going to post the information about the sale tomorrow, so that's out there, absolutely, and that way everybody have the links. But next week, we're actually going sustainable in a different way, and I have someone that's going to be joining us that will be talking about sewing and some quick, not quick, but some interesting ways that you can add sewing into your closet selection. So more to come on that. Hey Leah, hey Van. So we're excited. You guys stay safe. Have a wonderful week. Cheryl, hang on, and I will see you guys next week.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.